Episode number next. I'm Matt.
I'm Amy.
Welcome to the show. Tonight we're going to talk about 5 secrets to help you save the most money possible when woodworking on a budget. First, we're going to talk and show our Sawdust Spotlight. If you don't know, we have a Facebook community, 731woodworks.com/groups/ I don't know what I said. Facebook.com/groups/731woodworks. This is our Facebook group. You can join that group. It's free to join. Anybody's welcome, so long as you stay nice. That's all the rules. Just there's 2 questions you got to answer to get in. There's like 28,000-ish people there now, and we're just growing there and having fun. This is this week's Sawdust Spotlight. If I can find the right button.
Hold on. While you're waiting on that, Monty was our first person to comment, and he says, "Dude, you are a huge inspiration to me and have driven me to pursue my passion for the hobby."
Thank you, Monty. This is this week's Sawdust Spotlight. This is from Rocky Ravenscroft. This is, I think it's a toy box, if I'm not mistaken. And since he's built this, he's had people ask him to build more. I like that he put these little characters on the end. He's got soft close hinges on it. But those little characters really set this thing off and make it unique. Because you don't see a lot of people doing this. And I'm almost certain it's a toy box, right? It's got to be.
Looks like, yeah.
He's also maybe a bass fisherman. I see his bass boat back there. That's pretty cool, man. I like that. Good job. All right, so if you would, we would love to hear. Somebody said, We would love to hear your some tips and tricks that you may have for woodworking on a budget. Please comment those, and you may see my friend Nightbot commenting tonight. So if it works right, we'll see. I may have pushed a button, so we'll see what happens. My first tip for woodworking on a budget is do what I did. Start with borrowed tools and or used tools. You can pick up used tools at pawn shops, things like that, or Facebook Marketplace. Just make sure you test those tools, or especially if you're buying them on Facebook Marketplace. If you're meeting somebody, I would meet them at a very, very public place and or police department. Take a battery pack with you or something, or some way to test those tools, because you don't want to buy a tool sight unseen, get it home and not work. So that's what main thing I would do. Also, don't be afraid of this is part of tip number 1. Don't be afraid of budget level tools. I just picked up this Ryobi 8 pack. I just picked up this Ryobi 8 tool combo kit. It's got a drill and a driver. It's got a circular saw, jigsaw, a sander, everything you need to start woodworking for like $300. Like, that's super cheap. Now, it may be above some people's budget, but once you start building stuff and start selling things, you can get something like this, a combo kit that you can basically do almost anything with, very cheap. Like, that's pretty cheap. Check this out. This is a really nice impact driver. I just brought the impact in because all the other ones are out in the shop. I didn't want to fill up the desk with it. But this pack comes with 2 4-amp-hour batteries and one 1.5-amp-hour battery. But it's just a super nice little tool. I was very surprised by the quality of these tools from Ryobi. I think they've come a long, long way in the last several years. I know a lot of you guys are using Ryobi tools. These are very good tools. Like, I've been impressed so far with them. I've been using them in the shop here quite a bit, and there's a video coming soon on Ryobi themselves. Not sponsored anything by Ryobi. I just bought these myself. Thought they were great. Now, I bought their router. It was an older router, and it didn't have variable speed. I didn't know it was the older router because it was not part of the combo. I picked it up after the combo. But, I mean, it's working great. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a little top-heavy the way they designed it. The new router is supposed to be better, but if I'd have known there was a new router, I would have bought the new one instead. If you have any questions, you can certainly drop them. Just put a Q in front of it, then ask your question, and Miss 731 will try to catch them.
Aprillo, we did have a great New Year's.
We did have a good New Year's. Thank you.
Ate really good food. Spent time with the kids.
Yep. Show right. Now, just so you know, if you go to Home Depot, that's where you buy Ryobi tools. That's the only place you can buy Ryobi tools. Well, there's another place that I'll show you in a minute. But if you go to Home Depot, there's always tool deals going on. And I'm going to tell you, that's a number one way to save money woodworking, or to woodwork on a budget, is to save money on your tools and supplies. I've got a few videos out actually about this. Matter of fact, one of them's in the pinned comment on 10 Home Depot shopping secrets you need to know. And then when you finish that one, there's 10 more Home Depot shopping secrets. But there's a lot of ways to make money, or to save money. And Home Depot is one of those ways. If you go to homedepot.com, I check this every day, and so this is kind of a thing I do every morning. Go to Home Depot, click special and offers, and then go to tools, and you're going to see their tool deals that are currently ongoing. Now, these are still left over from Christmas. I actually expect these to change any day now for New Year's, the 2023 year tool deals, because you can see this deal is sold out. There's several other deals that sold out. They haven't updated this yet. They're going to change it soon. One great way to stay up on tool deals is, I'm doing it for you. I go through a set of websites and different places I look for tool deals every single morning. And I sit here for about an hour-ish every morning posting tool deals to our website, 731woodworks.com/tool-deals. But if you just go to 731woodworks.com, you'll see the tool deals at the top. And I'm trying to post the best tool deals that I find, not just any tool deal. So you can find deals sometimes where they're like 5% off. Nobody wants to save 5%. So we want to save 20%, 25, 30, 40%. And that's what I'm posting there, is some very good deals. And a lot of people are getting saving a lot of money on those things too. Another great place to look is Direct Tools Outlet. They have some amazing deals on a lot of tools. A lot of these tools are like 70, 80% off. I know a lot of you have bought from there too, and they're just excellent. Excellent. If you keep an eye on this website, they have like super good deals for like Ryobi. This Ryobi kit here is a two-tool combo kit with batteries, $70. And it's regular like $90. So you can save some good money. They got Rigid, Ryobi, and a couple of other brands here where you're going to be able to save some money. Let me know if you've used Direct Tools Outlet.
Some people don't like that blue Ryobi.
The blue?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Why is it blue? It's not blue on my screen.
It's blue right there.
I see it. Look at our screen.
See, it's yellow over here.
Our screen's that's weird. Our screen that we see is green, and the one y'all see is blue. I don't know why that is.
That is if you pulled the camera up on your phone and showed the difference, if it would show it.
Yeah, it'll show it. Check this out, y'all. I don't know what's causing that. That's kind of interesting, actually. Did it not switch over?
No.
No, it's not switching now.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's green, I swear. Scout's on her.
That's funny. I kept looking down here and it was blue, and I'd look up there and
yeah, that's weird. Also, Lowe's has tool deals. I mean, each one of them have daily tool deals that you can check out and save big money on tools. Not sure why that was blue.
It's Mr. Nick says that Santa's elves use Ryobi tools in their workshop.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt old Santa saving that money where he could. I mean, he's got a lot of tools to get, a lot of toys to get out there.
And everybody wants to know why they're blue.
I don't know why they're blue, but it generated a bunch of comments, so maybe I did that on purpose. Who knows? Number three secret to woodworking on a budget is wood. You got to have wood to woodwork, right? And a lot of people, including us before, have used pallet wood. And some people frown on pallet wood. Don't worry about them folks. Look, if you want to start making projects with zero money, then a lot of times pallet wood's where it's at, because I know a lot of stores. We got a store called Atwood's, who they get a lot of pallets in. It's a farm supply store. And so those pallets just pile up until a truck comes pick them up. A lot of times you just go up there and say, hey, can I get 2 or 3 pallets? And they're like, they don't care. And so you just go over and load them up. We've done it several times. We built a few things out of pallets before. And I wouldn't build cutting boards or anything that food's going to touch on those, because you don't know what's been on that pallet. But you can build all kinds of stuff with it. The
wood lumber store gives them away too.
Yeah. The lumber stores a lot of times will give them away too. Ours do. Local lumber stores. So that's a good way to save money on wood, because it's free. Also, if you've never used hardwoods or you're just looking to get better deals on your hardwood, check this out. A lot of times, Woodcraft and Rockler both will have sales. Not a lot of times, almost always. If you go to Woodcraft and go to specials, I'm jumping the gun there, and then go down to wood deals.
Woodcraft is blue there.
Yeah, I don't know why it's green. Everything's turned blue. I probably pushed a button. These all of this wood is on sale, and you can get Purple Heart, olive wood. A lot of times they'll have maple. This stuff changes fairly regularly, so keep an eye on Woodcraft sale for wood. A lot of the stuff is 3/4 inch thick by 3, 4, 5 inches wide, up to 2 foot long. And when you get that type of wood, you can build all kinds of stuff with that. You can build.
Hey, open up woodpeckers.
Hold on. You can build all kinds of stuff with the cutting boards, charcuterie boards, mallets, just anything. You name it. You can make all kinds of stuff. You can glue it together, make it thicker if you wanted to. It's a good way to save some money on wood. Also, Rockler has a good way to do that as well. There's a little secret, though. There's a little tricky. If you go to Rockler and then go to wood.
Damon, that's probably it.
And then over here, just in tiny little letters, right under hardwood forestry fund, little tiny letters right there. They're trying to hide it. Click shop lumber sale. And then there's where you're going to find their lumber that's on sale. Also sign up for their email list because they'll send out those things too when they have new wood coming in. But you can get all kinds of wood at very, very deep discounts there. Let me pull up woodpeckers and we'll see if they're blue as well. That'd be hilarious. Nope, they're red.
They're red. I guess they paid enough.
I guess so.
They cost enough. They stay their color.
That's funny. Number 4 on the list, contractor pricing. Now, if you don't know, a lot of times like Lowe's and Home Depot, you can get in on their Pro Series or stuff like that and get some contractor pricing. But I shop at a local store called Barton's. It's a local hardwood/lumber store, and they have contractor pricing. In other words, they're going to give you a discount just for being a contractor. And I did this way before I had an LLC or anything like that. Just ask them about it, and then they can just put you in as your business, like 731 Woodworks is what I am under. And when I go in there, anytime I buy anything, they give me the contractor's price. You just say, hey, put it under 731 Woodworks. You can also do the same thing at certain stores like Sherwin-Williams. That's where we did. Go to Sherwin-Williams, got a contractor's price, which takes, I think, 20% off. Don't quote me, but check with them. Takes a really good discount on all their paint, stains, all that kind of stuff. So that's a good way to save money there.
Okay, really quick. Christian Walsh says that he's asking a random question.
I like random questions.
I know. What's your favorite color?
Purple.
He said, since I just watched your painting kitchen cabinet video, or that he just watched it, but did we run into any wood grain issues when we were painting? We didn't. Once we figured out how to strip the cabinets.
Yeah, well, you have to strip it first because it don't stick to that shiny stuff.
But we didn't run into any issues with that. And the paint that we used has been pretty
it's been as good as expected because a lot of those are sharp corners that we painted. And so from just wear and tear, you get some of that stuff is like just chipped and things. Not really chipped, but just got nicked over time. It's been, almost 2 years, 2.5 years probably?
It's been a while.
So it's held up very, very well.
Mad Dog says purple is always the answer.
I agree.
The paint that we use, though, Sherwin-Williams has a comparable one that I kind of wish we had used instead.
It's worked. I've been happy with.
It's worked well, but for touch-ups and that sort of thing, for us, I think I would have rather gone with Sherwin-Williams because the salesman said that he felt like there would have been less touch-up, I guess. And we have a Sherwin-Williams close to us, and we don't have anywhere to get Benjamin Moore without driving for like an hour and a half. So
Way Gooder wants to be a troll. He says, if you like questions, why did you switch from woodworking to infomercials? Well, Way, I make videos that people watch, and people weren't watching many project
like his
videos,
name.
and we actually still do project videos. I just did one like 4 days ago. So if you want to watch that one, you can. If not, you can skip the tool videos. But a lot of people get benefit out of those tool videos, and I believe I'm bringing value to people, showing them tools that they're not going to waste their money on. Or I show them tools that I've wasted my money on. So that's kind of my philosophy on that.
Chris Cornice says that you can't just say purple. You have to say Purple Heart. You have to make it a wood, right?
Yep, that's good.
That's a pretty wood, though.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Purple Heart's a pretty one.
Coupons. This is 5. Number 5. Coupons. Did you know? If you watch the Home Depot Shopping Secrets, you already know this. But Home Depot will actually accept coupons from other stores, Ace and Lowe's and things like that. And a lot of times those get sent out in papers or in store. A lot of times you can get them from different stores in their store. And you can use those at Home Depot. And then also what we did in the past is go to eBay and buy coupons. Now, I went earlier and looked.
But they don't have those anymore.
They do for Home Depot, but they don't for Lowe's.
When's the last time you've looked?
10 minutes ago.
Really?
Actually, about 45 minutes ago.
It was when eBay changed over a few months ago. I looked, and they had removed all coupons. So are they back on there?
Lowe's or Home Depot had coupons on there. Lowe's did not. So it just depends on if you can get them or not. But anyway, you can use coupons. And if you don't know, we at one time were extreme couponers, like legit, like
people standing around in crowds clapping. Yeah.
Like there have been times we went to stores and got paid to shop there for the most part.
Look, when you broke and you got 3 kids.
What we did was I would sit around on every Sunday, was it every fourth Sunday or every second Sunday, whenever they send the coupons out in the Sunday paper, I would go and buy 5, 6, 7 papers at one time. And then I would come home and sit all evening and cut coupons. We would cut and sort coupons into a binder. And then we would make a trip to Kroger, which was about it's an hour drive over there, an hour drive back because we don't have a Kroger. We would go to Kroger and rack up with those coupons because they also have coupons. And then we would go to Walgreens and stock up. Matter of fact, there's still deodorant and other
shampoo, deodorant,
goods, home goods,
razors
in baskets back there from 3 or 4 years ago. Probably, God, it's probably getting close to 5, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't buy deodorant now.
I mean, it's just because we were
pulling from stock. Shampoo, conditioner, all that stuff.
But anyway, coupons are excellent. 431 says money saving tip: blemish, scratch, and dent. That's awesome. Yep, perfectly good. Nothing wrong with them. That's like that Direct Tools outlet is also where you get refurbished tools, things like that. DFM Squares, they do have a scratch and dent. There's a lot of companies. If you look, they'll have a scratch and dent section. I should make one for ours because I got several trays that I've made that just for whatever reason the CNC it come unclamped or something's off. I have one actually out there right now that did yesterday. Yeah, Ibotta, Fetch apps. There's great couponing apps. There's good ways to save money. What is a good size shop for a well-tooled hobbyist? Well, you can never have a shop too big. My shop's 20 by 20, basically.
But you
give or take. I started out in a much smaller
in a shed
storage
with no electricity.
Yeah, but the shop I'm in now is our garage. It's just a 2-car garage, 20 by 20. If you're building and you can afford it, then go bigger. I would love to have a 20 by 40, which would give me about quite a bit more space, but I always think you'll fill it up anyway. So
David Takes says, budget tip, only use shampoo if you have hair.
I like that.
I don't use shampoo.
We're lagging again for some reason.
I'm a conditioner and hair serum person. And I only wash my hair once to twice a week.
Damon Barber has a good tip, says check out estate sales and school auctions. That's a very good idea. Mm-hmm. You can get some really good stuff at estate sales. Rick Enoch, are you giving away the SawStop CTS? Yes, but it's already given away. And I'll tell you a story. Okay. So a few weeks ago, I had a lady email me and said, I just want you to know you've inspired my son to woodwork. And I had no idea any of this was happening. So apparently this young man's 13 years old. He has severe migraines, like suffers debilitating migraines, was in the hospital a couple of years ago, and was on YouTube and started watching 731 Woodworks. And from there, he started his own little business, and now it's a thriving little business, and he's just starting to grow. And he can't use a table saw because he's only 13, so his parents don't really want him using a table saw, which is very understandable. And so he wanted, what was it? She just sent me the email and said, hey, I just want you to know that he talked about you in this article, and they put it in the newspaper. It's Texarkana newspaper. And so I was like, man, that is so awesome. And I said, can I send him something? And so I sent him a little gift bag with a note in there, and just thanked him. And then I emailed her later. I said, can I give him something? And so I said,
but you told her what it was.
I told her what it was, and she agreed. And so as soon as I'm done with the videos and stuff with it, I've got something else I want to give to him too, which I can't give away till February. So probably February. And so in February, that's where he's going to get the SawStop, and
he's going to get to come. His family's going to bring him here to pick it up and to meet him and everything. So it's a pretty cool little story. Chubby Beaver, glad to see you. He says, hey all, I was gluing up a black walnut picture frame for the wife. Good to see everyone tonight.
It's a good project.
That sounds like a pretty picture frame.
Mm-hmm. Chuck and Wood says, I like his name, Chuck and Wood Creations. My shop will end up being a 15 by 30. That's a good size, solid size shop.
Ken A got leopard wood for 50% off at Rockler.
That's good.
That's my favorite. Leopard wood. It's my favorite.
Yep, surely. Yeah, you can get some really good deals. Now, in store, they got those sales too. So if you've got a local Rockler or Woodcraft or anything like that, it's always worth checking those out.
My head is pounding.
Sorry.
It's okay. See, I told you that if I'm not on here talking much, you get awkward.
I was reading.
You can't do
Brother
that.
can't read.
Yeah. No. Oh, the Pharaoh figured out a business name, finally.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, though.
Hacha.
Is it Hacha Hog?
Hacha Hog. I like Hacha
I like
Hog.
that. Hacha Hog Woodworking. What does 731 stand for? It's our favorite three numbers.
It's the combination to my heart.
Oh.
It's our anniversary. We met
So
on July
cheesy.
31st, and then we got married on July 31st the following year. So that's what it stands for, Brian.
That's funny.
Yeah, a lot of people think that we are from 731 area code, or a lot of people think it's a scripture reference, but it's the
Damon, it's been a hard day.
yeah.
I'll just say
Yeah,
I know I've been kind of down and quiet, and I was a members only, and I wasn't going to say anything, and I won't give a whole lot of information, but this morning, really early this morning, I lost my first student. So I had him 4 years ago, and
wasn't that long? 3, wasn't it?
well, 3 years ago, 4 years in 7th grade, but 3 years ago, he was 17, and he was killed tragically this morning. So
Garrett Cook's sanding his life away.
Brian, we tried to find a scripture that would work to go with that. We really did.
Yeah, we looked through them, and I was like,
Thank you, Chubby Beaver.
Northern Japan. Sean Ryder.
Y'all just pray for
his family. Yeah, it's a bad deal. It was two young men that was one was killed, one was injured, so. And in case y'all don't know, she really loves the students.
He was a good one. See, that's why I wasn't going to say anything. Everybody gets quiet. Oh, goodness.
It's just a bad situation all the way around. So, from Quebec, Canada, Joey says, "How do you do woodwork like you when you have a balcony to make it? Keep up the good work from Quebec." Man, that is a challenging location to do it. I'm not sure how big your balcony is, how safe it would be to make sure nothing falls off the balcony onto someone, obviously. But I would keep it small projects. I think you can do a lot of you can make a lot of very cool projects that are smaller. They don't have to be like big furniture pieces or anything like that. I mean, if your passion is to make furniture, there was a kid that was following on Instagram for a while. I don't see his posts anymore for some reason, the Instagram algorithm or whatever. But this little young man was making stuff in his house, and they were in another country and didn't have a whole lot. But he was making stuff like with hand saws and things like that, so that it didn't stir up as much dust. So where there's a will, there's a way. I've never had to work on a balcony, but I've worked in a very tight space in the storage shed that I had. But there's a lot of things you can do. Wood turning, yep. Hammond Handcraft says you can do wood turning on a balcony and make some smaller items that you can sell if you're selling them.
Be careful about if that's all you've got to work on when you're painting, though, with the weather.
Yeah.
That was one thing. Whenever he was working out of that shed, he would have to actually bring stuff inside the house and lay out plastic and paint inside the house because we have a lot of humidity and stuff, though.
I did that a lot. The first dining table I ever made for anybody was painted right to my left on the floor. We spread out plastic, and I would put a coat on the thing. And the only thing I didn't do inside was stain because it creates such a stink. But
yeah, what was it called? That finish I had to put on it.
Well, you antiqued it.
Boy, that was. Ooh.
Yeah, we had an antiquing process to kind of give it a older
that
look.
Was rough.
And it took a lot of elbow grease. That was tough. What have you heard about the new Ryobi plunge router? I've seen it, but I haven't heard a lot about it. The router I bought was a cordless, just a palm router. I bought the wrong one. I didn't realize it was the older version. It's kind of when you turn it upside down, it's like really battery heavy because of the way they made it, and it doesn't have variable speed. So I went to buy the other one, and they're sold out. So the newer one, but I'll check into the plunge router. I'm thinking about doing a video on routers. I've got the Milwaukee. My Rigid just burned up, so it's going back for the LSA. And then I've got the DeWalt. I've got a Makita. I've got a couple others. So I may just do a video on the routers. And so I'll just, if I can find the DeWalt plunge router, I may put that in the video.
Pharaoh says, wish plywood wouldn't be so expensive.
Yeah, plywood is
crazy.
It's been worse.
Yeah.
It's been worse, but at least it's not terrible.
Somebody posted a picture of plywood that was on a clearance price in one of the big box stores, but it was all gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like $50 off or something. It was huge. It was like crazy. It didn't look right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was posted, I don't know. It was a huge drop, like $40 difference or something.
Roger checking in from the Caribbean. That must be nice.
We had somebody in from Poland.
Poland
saw
sounds
Japan.
Cool.
Japan was on here.
Dave says, why is cheap plastic drafting square more accurate than the most machine guaranteed squares? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what you're buying. I know I've got a Swanson plastic square. It's really square and accurate, or it's a speed square. A Swanson speed square is plastic. It's super accurate, but I've also got woodpeckers and Swanson like metal squares that are square. So
Rolf Stain says you should do a project video that's kid friendly. I've told him that too, only because so many of my students watch and they watch faithfully.
So how would you define kid friendly?
I would define it as, these things hurt, as something that a little one can get in the shop and either assist with, or if they're old enough, I guess something that they could follow the video and do it with someone just kind of overseeing or guiding.
So I guess you would have to take away...
Well, you got to take away the table saw.
Obviously. I think maybe... Well, man, we've done the 1, 2, 3 project that was...
Something with, where they could sand, like some bigger, I guess...
Small birdhouse.
Yeah. And then they can sand it and paint it.
Yeah.
Sand it, nail it together, hammer it together, whatever they're going to do, nail and hammer.
Yeah. We'll think on it.
So I think it would be good.
Let's think on that.
Yeah. I don't know. My brain's tired today, so I don't know. They said birdhouses or feeder.
Yeah.
No major power tools, Steph said.
Yeah, definitely.
Something where they're supervised, but they can feel like they're doing most of the work.
Yeah, I know that. So Lowe's, Home Depot, a lot of times, several times a year, they have workshops where kids can come and build things. So they've pre-cut the wood for them, and then they get to assemble it. So maybe something in that realm where the adult can I don't know.
That would work. You know, if you've got a kid who feels like they're coming in and you say, okay, here are all your supplies.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what time it is?
Power tip time. We're real quick. Dave says you can always have them sand. That's funny.
That is punishment. That is not a kid-friendly project.
So, whether you believe or not, I would like to take a minute to just for the power tip, instead of giving a power tip, is just have a moment of silence, and I'll say a prayer for the young man that got killed this morning, her former student, and I don't know. I just my heart goes out to his family and teachers that love him and cared for him while he was in school. So that's kind of what I want to do with it. So if you just want to have a moment of silence, but I'm going to say a prayer for his family. Father, we just lift up the family of the young man that was killed this morning early. We just hope that you just be with them and comfort them in any way, Lord. Just send help to them. Lord, we have no answers. We know that you have all the answers, and it seems unfair to us, and we don't know why things happen. We will never know this side of heaven. Lord, we just pray that you just be with the family, his friends, my wife, the other teachers that just care so much about them, and just be with them. I don't know what else to say.
Amen.
In Jesus' name. It's just a terrible situation. There's no words that you can say that's going to make anything better. There's no words to make anybody feel better. I just lift them up in prayer. That's all I know how to do.
Yep. Sorry.
No, I don't know. There's times to give a power tip on saving some money, and I've given tons of those. But I think there's also a time to recognize that there's people hurt. You know, we all have people we love and care about. Even if it was 3-4 years ago that she had this young man, and she called him her protector. I remember her talking about this young man when she come home, and she was, she's like, he's my little, or not little, he was a bigger young man, but he was her protector. And she told him that he did a career, well, they tell you what you're going to be. A career assessment tells you what you're going to be when you grow up. And when he did his, it come out to be a police officer. And she's like, see, you're going to be a protector. You have a protective personality. And so she just, she doesn't have favorites, but she takes to, certain ones take to her, and she takes to certain kids. And it's just natural for everybody to do that. And so this was one of those kids that she just took to him, and he took to her, and they just meant a lot to each other. So
yep,
just keep them in your prayers. Mike Adams says, my niece is 12. She helps me in the shop from time to time. I used it to help with her math. I used it to help with her math. I use the power cutting tools, but I let her do the rest. That is a good idea, to help them with math. It helps them to learn how to figure things up and add and subtract and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it's a good one.
See, I was doing good on camera.
Yeah, it's all right.
I just looked weird because I was. Hey, great grandpa.
Hey, great grandpa. 431 says, they're talking about a skill plunge router. I saw the skill is on sale, by the way.
Oh, goodness.
Tim Hammers.
I have to go clean my face up.
Tim Hammers says, I took a block of wood, pre-drilled his name of his grandson, nailed all the nails, and made it his name. So that's pretty cool. You just drill the outline of his name and then let him hammer that in. That's pretty cool. So in wood shop in school, so they did stuff like that starting out. Like they would have you, driving nails and different things like that, learning to use basic hand tools, cutting with like a handsaw, stuff like that. Yeah, Harbor 4321 brings up a good point. Harbor Freight, the parallel clamps are nice. The longer F clamps you can use, but when you start tightening down on them, they bend quite a bit. The smaller clamps are awesome, and I've had a lot. There's some things in Harbor Freight I don't care for, but some of their stuff like those Brennan clamps and some of the smaller F clamps, and there's consumables that you can buy. 4321 brought up on the members only stream. Their paint brushes and things like that for certain projects, like those are just a steal at what you're getting for those, because it just doesn't cost a lot. Now, if I'm painting a project like a piece of furniture and I want it to look really nice, then I will spend a little extra money on the Wooster brand or a name brand brush.
Thank you, Becca. Hey, Mr. Clark.
Hey, Mr. Clark.
Happy New Year's to you.
Happy New Year. Make sure I missed no questions. I don't think I did.
Todd said he was setting nails as an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chubby.
I don't know telling what I was doing as an 8-year-old.
Probably throwing rocks at me on the playground.
Never. You probably throwing rocks at me on the playground.
That's probably true.
Mean.
I was probably throwing them. If you happen to be in the way, then that was your fault. Damon, I have not wrote the states, but if y'all will, go ahead and drop your state in the chat just to let me know where everybody's checking in from.
Becca's right. So if you, as long as you're realistic with your expectations, and that's kind of the thing with any budget level tool. Do I think this would hold up on a construction job site working 8-10 hours a day with multiple people using this thing, dropping it? If you've ever worked on a construction site, you know how they treat tools that aren't theirs. No, I don't. I don't think it would last as long as most other professional brand tools. However, for the garage woodworker, for the beginner woodworker, or someone who's just starting out, or making projects on the weekends and stuff like that, they're great. They're great tools at a great price. There's nothing wrong with these, and they got a good warranty on them. I think they're like 3-year warranty on these tools. They're at Home Depot, which makes them very accessible. If I buy a combo kit, say the drill and the driver kit, and then I'm home, I'm working, I'm building something, and I've got a Home Depot around the corner. I don't, maybe you do, and you want to pick up a circular saw, and all you got to do is run up there and grab it. Like, the accessibility of having something like that close is a huge selling point to Ryobi, and a lot of their batteries work with their tools that work in the yard and stuff like that, string trimmers. And so these batteries, another entry, I'm going to give away the whole video. I've got a video coming out about Ryobi tools, right? And it's going to come out in a week or two. These batteries, this battery will fit in a Ryobi tool that was made in 1996.
Really?
And work.
Why are you picking 96?
That's the year that, I don't know, ask Ryobi. That's the year they chose it.
That's the year I graduated.
I know.
All right. I'm going to give these states really quick.
Arkansas.
If I can see them. Texas, Iowa, Texas, Oregon, Tennessee, Canada, Rhode Island, Wisconsin.
Your papers are right there.
I can't hurt. Oh, they just moved. Alabama, Ecuador,
Alabama.
Oklahoma, New Jersey, Indiana, Virginia, St. Martin, California, Ohio, Arizona, Mississippi, New Jersey again. And then we have Bama, not Alabama, but Bama. Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, Missouri, Arizona again, Florida, California, Alabama, Illinois, Virginia, Alabama, Virginia, Louisiana, Michigan, Washington, Nebraska. I'm trying to find any new ones. Rhode Island, Canada, Oregon. I think I said everything that was in there.
Forgot Arkansas, and I said
Pennsylvania, Maryland.
Somebody asked
Colorado.
about a suggestion for a good jigsaw. Bosch makes good jigsaws. You could check into them. Milwaukee makes good jigsaws.
Mine's doing that again.
Buffering. Mm-hmm. Fort Collins, Colorado. Hey, Todd, ain't nothing wrong with that. He said, I typically buy DeWalt tools essentially because I'm originally from Pittsburgh and I like the colors. You know how many people buy tools based on the color? Probably most.
Quebec, New York, Nebraska, Kansas, North Carolina. Hey, you know what? Who was on here from New York? Mill Pond, Woodcraft. I like New York.
We did. We love New York.
I did not think I would like New York, but I liked it.
We had a good time.
Could not live there because you can't drive a vehicle there.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Jeremy Jack says, filming
Australia.
any new build videos in the near future. Yes. So I've got the lumber for it. I'm fixing to build basically a mobile workbench with a job site, the DeWalt job site saw integrated into it. I got a couple of ideas that I haven't seen before that I'm going to put on there, but I want to keep it super simple. Like I want it to be one of the simplest builds for a beginner, because I'm assuming if you buy a job site saw, you're starting out, or you just don't have the space, and you need to integrate that into a workbench with some added features that aren't hard to add. And so I want to keep it approachable, and that's going to probably be one of my next build videos.
Rerod, you might like it more if you lived here and went there to visit.
It was a visit, not live, so that makes a huge
Makes
difference.
a difference.
And we went at Christmas time when there's a bunch of stuff going on, and we like Christmas, so it was interesting. And we took our two boys, which are older. I mean, they're grown folks, but we took them and got to see them experience New York City.
And we never get to do anything with just our boys. We do a lot of stuff with our daughter, but we don't really do a whole lot with the boys. Yeah. So it was a really nice trip. And when you take the two boys and the daughter all together, they fight. But if you just take the two boys, there's no fighting. Mm-hmm. If you just take the daughter, you fight all the time. The common denominator there is Mo, but we love her. But she's a lot like me. So she and I, we
David says, any live edge guests coming soon? I've reached out to someone who I followed on Instagram for a very long time. He started out still in his garage. He started out in his garage making some stuff, started a little bit selling on Etsy, and then all of a sudden he found a product that worked, and it just took off for him. And now him and his wife, I think his wife, I'm almost certain his wife does it. I know he does it full time. And so I wanted to talk to him on the live stream about how he grew that, and then kind of get some advice from him for anyone who's interested in starting an Etsy store and how to make products. And it's all shippable stuff, small type items that he's selling. And I think he would make an interesting guest.
Rerod lives in Arkansas now.
Awesome.
The one I said that to, he actually lives here.
He does live here, and he still hates it. New York, that is. Hates New York.
Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty cool, though.
All right.
That is really funny.
We appreciate you very much for joining us Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Time and just hanging out with us. It's just it's just one of the things we look forward to. I mean, you guys are our family, and we feel that way. We always, when we get off the stream, we always feel better. And I appreciate you. Always appreciate you very much. And we thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend it with us. And we hope you'll come back next Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Y'all have a good week.
Go watch the pinned comment. It's 10 Home Depot shopping secrets you need to know. Go check that out.
Oh, my goodness.
See y'all.
Have a good week.